This is Daniella Cowen. I hope you enjoyed yesterday's session on Who Do You Want to Help? In today's session, we'll be looking into the question, what do you want to offer the world? So at a certain point, at a certain level of your growth and personal/spiritual development, you will begin to feel a calling that exists beyond you. And this calling comes from within you, and it's this calling of wanting to help and assist others. It happens for every single person, and it's when usually what I find is after someone has gone through a really major life lesson, or they've made a commitment to be of service to others, they start to feel this calling to get their gifts out there into the world. And I'm assuming for all of you that are listening to this, that if you're doing this 15-day program, you've probably felt that calling to one degree or another. So know that, first of all, the challenging things in our lives that happen to us or that we experience, any hardship, any struggles, know that those things prepare us ultimately for our life purpose. So in dealing with certain things that may be challenging, know that at those times, during those really challenging times, we're developing core qualities, soul qualities, maybe strength, maybe persistence, maybe patience, all of these qualities that ultimately we'll need for our life purpose or we'll use for our life purpose. And what I find as well is that when we have a desire to be of service, and we even say the sentence which I got from Oprah, I think when I was about 15, she said, "How may I serve? How may I serve?" And she asked herself that, I think, on a daily basis. And she allowed the energy of the response to speak through her. And she was guided to do different things. She said that led her to television. And she said she had no idea why that question led her to television, but it did. And really, when you open up to that question of how may I serve, know that the universe will give you opportunities and will give you doorways to walk through that will be a match to your gifts, and that will be a match to that question of how may I serve. So it's really, I think one of the first things to do with this is ask yourself that question, put that question out to the universe of how may I serve, and trust then that you'll get the answers. And then it's your job to allow yourself to receive the answers and to take action with that. So another thing that I wanted to talk with you guys about with, what do you want to offer the world is, I work as a psychic, as I've said before, and a lot of people come to me with, what am I meant to be doing with my life? What is my life purpose? And the thing that I say to all of them is the same. I say there is no set thing that you're meant to be doing. You've come into this world to explore certain concepts, certain qualities. You've come to experience certain things, and you've come to share very specific gifts with the world. How you choose to do that and the specifics of that is completely up to you. It's through the law of free will. So I think the journey for all of us is really understanding ourselves, and that, really doing the inner work, processing, understanding our life thus far, understanding who we are. And from that, usually what develops is a set of gifts. It may be that your gift is compassion or empathy or communication or mediation, or you may find that you've got unending patience or strength, or you've got the ability to sit with people when they're going through shadow or dark emotions. And, those things get developed through life, and then we get to choose how we want to express those gifts that are born usually through experience, and or rather they are revealed through certain experiences that we've had. So it may be that your gift is joy, and it's not that you go and become I think it's called a joyologist, but you spread love everywhere, you spread joy everywhere you go. Or you may actually specifically be drawn to helping teenagers. Your heart may leap when you think about it. And what I will say is trust. If you think about how you want to express your gifts, your energy, when you're kind of inquiring into that energy, notice what images or what thoughts come into your mind. You may suddenly have thoughts about teenagers. You might suddenly have thoughts about starting your own healing practice or writing a book. Maybe, you can share your wisdom through the medium of writing. And trust that whatever way that is revealed to you is perfect for the moment. And you may also find that changes. You may find that, in a particular year that you feel compelled to write blogs, you feel compelled to write articles to get your wisdom out there. And then the next year you may feel really drawn to assisting homeless people. Or you may find that you start a practice and you start with a certain modality, and that evolves and develops over time as your soul gets to experience and express more of itself, and as it evolves, because the soul is constantly evolving and constantly, through experiencing, understanding more about itself. So the biggest thing is really trust that if your heart is saying that it wants to do something, trust that that is the right way for you for now. And also know that if you're getting thoughts through or feelings through about a certain path to move forward on, and you have no idea how that's going to manifest, you can't see the path from where you are to where you want to go. If you're getting the thoughts through, if you're getting those strong gut feelings or knowing feelings, you can trust that that is guidance from the universe, from your higher self, or from your spirit guides even, and that the path will be revealed to you step by step by step. And then all you need to do, as I was saying before, your part of it is to actually take those steps. So as the step is revealed, to actually take that step forward, take the next step forward. Because usually what I find is actually you won't be given more than what you can handle. So if you say, what is my life purpose, or, what do I want to offer the world? And you ask yourself those questions, you might not get the whole story all at once. You may just get the next step. You may, for example, go to a yoga class when you ask about your life purpose, or, what am I meant to be doing with my life, or my life, anything like that. And you might go, well, what has a yoga class got to do with anything? It may be that your soul feels like that you need to raise your energy levels before you can really assist and help others. So trust that when you begin to inquire, when you begin to ask the questions like, how may I serve? How may I spread my gifts out into the world? Trust that whatever you start getting through, that is exactly the first step, the next step that you need to take. And that you'll keep getting step after step after step. All you need to do is just keep taking those steps. And it usually occurs as repetitive thoughts or repetitive feelings. And I don't mean the feelings associated with emotions, more like physical sensations feelings or gut feelings. Those repetitive thoughts and feelings are usually guidance from our soul, and usually come after we've asked the question of how may I serve, or what am I meant to be doing with my life. So definitely trust yourself and begin to tune into yourself and see what comes. So I'm just going to see if there's anything else that I want to cover in this session with you guys. I think, one of the biggest things is follow your bliss. Your bliss is connected with your life purpose. You will know it's your life purpose if you feel absolutely fulfilled. You have that experience of fulfillment. So just notice in your everyday life, when do you have that experience of absolute fulfillment? Is it when you've maybe talked with a friend and you've helped them through something? That may give you some signals as to, what your life purpose might be, or what, who you can help, what you want to offer the world. It might be through counseling, for example. When think about it, this is actually part of the exercises for this day, is where do you experience feeling the most fulfilled in your life? So if you can write that down on the worksheets for today. So think back over your life. Where do you experience feeling the most fulfilled? Might even been over the last week. And then ask yourself, and if you can write this down as well, how could I express this in the world? So through what channel could I express this in the world? And it may not have to do with career. It may have to do with, you feel the most fulfilled when you give gifts to other people. And it may be that you buy a bunch of flowers for someone once a week. A random person, you give it to a random, stranger on the street. All of that energy, when you take actions like that, your core energy gets released into the world. So it doesn't have to look like writing a book, starting a practice. It can look like anything. And that is today's session on what do you want to offer the world. I hope it's been helpful. And tomorrow you can join Vicky for the power of gratitude. Bye for now.